Good morning, and it's a beautiful morning, really. Nice and cool in here. It's Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers. And this is the 22nd lesson of Italian. We've done lessons 1 to 20, covering all of the grammar. And now from lesson 21 onwards, it's pratica, pratica, pratica. But I will also then explain, some of the syntax and of course the phonology as well. So how you pronounce Italian, the intonation. There'll be a lot of practice in what I do, and if you are following me, which is each week for Italian, I would recommend some of the books that I'm going to use so that you can participate more fully with what I do. Basically, these are free lessons and it's pratica. So if you want to practice, welcome to Curtis L. Tolman and Marie Vivette Di Benedetto. Welcome from Tasmania. Good to see you on looking at what I do here for Italian. This is pratica. As I said, lessons 1 to 20 cover all of the Italian grammar like a walk into the jungle of language, and it applies to all languages as well. And now from lesson 21 onwards, it's pratica, pratica, pratica with the Italian. What am I going to do? I'm going to concentrate on the 4 language skills: listen, speak, read and write. I'm going to concentrate, what I said, word development, knowing the words and generally being able to access them in your own brain when you need them is very important. Welcome to Francis Gallo. And I want to see that these Italian lessons here that I conduct free of charge to the world will be beneficial to a lot of people. And I'm also trying to, at the moment, here in Melbourne, and this can be done by other teachers elsewhere, I'm trying to get a little group of people who are interested in language and culture, languages and cultures. Not just Italian, but for the moment I have the use of the main hall at Federazione Lucana in Brunswick, and there I will meet people. And the first group of people that may come along, well, I hope so anyway, next Sunday from 3:30 till 5. And once I do get a group of people interested, things will move on, because I also need my students making suggestions of what they want to learn. And of course, in a language, you can be a true beginner, or you can be a great advanced, you're already advanced in the language. Now, the advantage, if you're advanced, is that in my insegna.com, if you go to blog, you'll also find the reading of Dante Alighieri. I just finished Canto 27. I'll be doing Canto 28 next week, next Sunday. And very soon I will have finished Inferno, and all the podcasts with all of the cantos will be finished, and the explanations of those are in English. So if you're advanced in the Italian language and culture, we might be able to do something more advanced for you. It depends on, it depends on who I get, the reactions that I get. I know that a friend of mine who does music, in no time at all, because of the music, people enjoy that, the entertainment. You get 500, 600, 700 people looking on. I'm lucky to get, half a dozen people, which is okay, because this is education. It's for you personally. It's a personal growth. So you have to decide whether you take these things on or not. But I have. And the reason why I have is because I have here a lot of books around me all the time, and that's what I do. I've always done culture and language, and I enjoy it. And maybe even I didn't do it for anyone else. Doing it for me is very important to me, and I hope that you take on that sort of philosophy yourself with the things that you want to do, regardless of the age you're at. Because fino a quando siamo qua, poi quando ce ne andiamo, That's it. Now, it's 11:29. We're almost there. What else did I want to say to you? There'll be quite a lot of changes. I'll go from one activity to another, about 5 minutes each. We'll see how we go. Huh? The first one, it's 11:29. The first one I'm going to do is il cibo. The words for il cibo, for food. So these are important, and I might even show them to you as I read them, and that's it. That way we can all learn about some of the words are new to me too. I don't claim I know everything about food, but here we go, il cibo. And I'll be stopping on a word where where phonetics is important. Okay, here we go. Il cibo. There you are. La prima colazione. Il pranzo. La cena. Il tè. And I suggest you repeat after me if you like, or you can read it yourself as I read along. Il latte. Il caffè. Now notice tè with the accent on the e. Otherwise, tè means you. Il tè, so that is important, the accent on the e. Like caffè. Caffè, notice the accent goes one way in one, acute, and the other one is open. Caffè, long. Il tè, it's tea, okay? Lo zucchero, notice lo zucchero, before the word beginning with a Z, lo, and then CH is K, lo zucchero. La marmellata, jam, la marmellata d'arancio, orange marmalade. Il miele, sound, il miele. Now this one here, il biscotto, that's S-C-O, C-O is K, biscotto, the double T, so it's like going up a hill, il biscotto. L'uovo alla coque, that's a French word of course, boiled egg, l'uovo alla coque. I would have said l'uovo bollito, but anyway, that's me. Poached egg, l'uovo sul piatto. Oh, I don't know about that one, but l'uovo sul piatto will do. Soup, la minestra. Il riso. Notice minestra, stra, S-T-R, 3 consonants in a row. And then there's that R sound. Stra, la minestra. Il riso, la pasta. Vegetables, i legumi. Le patate. Now, if they are boiled, they're le patate bollite. If they are chipped, fried, le patate fritte, chipped, I don't know about that word. I mean, again, and roasted here, we're talking about l'arrosto di carne, of course. Carrot, la carota. Notice here, I fagioli, G-I-O, fagioli. Peas, I piselli. Notice what do I do? I'm doing syllabic reading. Piselli. Mushroom, il fungo. Cauliflower, il cavolfiore. Spinach, gli spinaci. Artichoke, il carciofo. C-I-O, cho. The C-E. C-I-C-E, it's ch sound. Carciofo. Il sedano. Il pomodoro. 4 syllables. Il cetriolo. Cetriolo. La lattuga. Lettuce. L'insalata. L'insalata con la lattuga fai l'insalata. Onion, la cipolla. More to come. Mint, la menta. Parsley, il prezzemolo. Garlic, l'aglio. They should have put il basilico there because basil for an Italian is like gold in the kitchen. Bread, il pane, burro, il burro, butter, il panino, pane small, panino, small bread, long one. La fetta, that's the slice. Toast, il toast. Il pane abbrustolito should be, but again, depending on who the writer is and what they feel like and where they are, everything goes. It's okay, no problems at all. Pane abbrustolito, il toast va benissimo, specialmente in Australia. Meat, la carne. Game, la selvaggina. Poultry, il pollame. Beef, il manzo. Beef, that's a steak one, la bistecca di manzo. Veal, il vitello. Pork, il maiale. Ham, il prosciutto. Sausage, la salsiccia. Lamb, l'agnello. Fish, il pesce. Fruit, la frutta. Apricot, l'albicocca. Pineapple, l'ananas. Good one. Apple, la mela. Orange, l'arancio. Or l'arancia. Can be done in the feminine as well. L'arancio, that generally the tree, but l'arancia is the fruit. But here again, they say orange, l'arancio. A bit of discussion there, wouldn't go astray. Banana, la banana. Cherry, la ciliegia. Ciliegia. That's two diphthongs there. I datteri, the dates. Il fico, again. Now, il fico is the tree, but if you go to the feminine of that, the Italians use it for the female part as well. But anyway, il fico, that's in the dialect, in the vulgar language. But it's fine. But when we learn language, we also learn the naughty words as well. Pear, la pera. Plum, la prugna. Grape, l'uva. Raspberry, il lampone. That's il lampone. Blackberry, la mora. Those are the ones that I used to go and pick up on the, if you're in the country, you pick up blackberries. And, of course, you can grow the strawberries as well. La fragola. Lemon, il limone. Peach, la pesca. Walnut, la noce. Almond, la mandorla. Chestnut, la castagna. Well, I'll do that up to verbs, okay? And then we'll stop there. Water, l'acqua. Wine, il vino. Beer, la birra. Liqueur, il liquore. Lemonade, la limonata. Pepper, il pepe. Salt, il sale. Vinegar, l'aceto. Glass, il bicchiere. Bottle, la bottiglia. Cup, la tazza. Saucer, il piattino. Plate, dish, il piatto. Knife, il coltello. La forchetta. Sorry about this. I don't know what's going on here. Oop. I need more light. Okay, here we go. No, where are we? The wrong one. There we are. Did I say il pepe? Water, okay, il liquore, la limonata, il pepe, il sale, l'aceto, il bicchiere, la bottiglia, la tazza, il piattino, il piatto, il coltello, la forchetta, il cucchiaio, the teapot, la teiera, Coffee pot is la caffettiera, caffettiera. Sugar basin, la zuccheriera, sugar bowl it could be. Tray, il vassoio, tablecloth, la tovaglia, lid, il coperchio. Now, what do we do? What do we do? Let me have a drink. With these words, what do we do here today? I'm reading them. You could actually technically write them as well. You could write the words. You don't have to get any book at all. You can do it from here. Okay? So this is an important, word development is the most important thing you can do. And the more you repeat the words, the more, around different themes, you can come back. You can then do your exercises with them, singular and plural. You can split them up, feminine and masculine. You can then further split them up, words that end in S plus a consonant or Z that have lo in front. And then you can do the plurals, singular and plural. Once you've done all that, it takes a while, and you familiarize yourself with the words, then you can add, don't go too far, just put some adjectives there. And then you can use the present tense of essere and avere, or the first, second, and third conjugation, fourth conjugation, Italian verbs. And you can form sentences. You don't need teachers. After a while, you get the hang of it. But you do need someone to show you when you are in trouble. If you have a teacher, it's an advantage. But if you're on your own, you can't go there, etc., just follow what I'm doing and you'll be fine. And practice la lettura. This is the listening part and the speaking part. La lettura is the reading part. Now, before I go to the next one, which I want to do, is a sketch. I'm going to go to what we did last time. If you remember, we did the songs. Now, I've got all the songs here already, and the first one was Lettera a Pinocchio, okay? And before I show you that, I'll just give you this other one. Here, remember phonology, A, I, U, A, I, U, the pronunciation, intonation, interpretation. E and O have got closed and open sounds. Those are the vowels. Then you got hiatus, ai, au, ei, oi. Diphthong, ya, ye, yo, you, wa, we, wo, we, etc. We can, this is the technical part. But the fun part is Lettera Pinocchio. If you remember, do you remember the ones I said to you, look it up? Because this is one of the songs I'll come back to, but I'll come back. Now, I've got so many songs to do, and I'm going to sort of revise them as we go along. So if you're in the mood, let's read the first lot. Ho tanto desiderio questa sera di scrivere una lettera a qualcuno e, fra gli amici della primavera, al mio più caro amico scriverò. Now, I want to hear you. Carissimo Pinocchio, amico dei giorni più lieti, di tutti i miei segreti che confidavo a te. Carissimo Pinocchio, ricordi quand'ero bambino, nel bianco mio lettino ti sfogliai, ti parlai, ti sognai. Dove sei? Ti vorrei veder, del tuo mondo vorrei saper, forse babbo Geppetto è con te. Dov'è il gatto che ti ingannò, il buon grillo che ti parlò, e la fata turchina dov'è? Carissimo Pinocchio, amico dei giorni più lieti, con tutti i miei segreti, resti ancora nel mio cuore come allora. Welcome to Francis Gallo and Colin Ransley as well. It's very good. Now, the Lettera Pinocchio, if you remember correctly, we had the words, right? We had the words to the songs. And that's what I do with the songs. So you got il gatto, plural i gatti, il grillo, i grilli, la fata, le fate, il giorno, i giorni, il segreto, i segreti, il cuore, i cuori. Here we are. Il desiderio, i desideri, la sera, le sere, la lettera, le lettere, l'amico, gli amici, la primavera, le primavere, il segreto, i segreti, il bambino, i bambini, il lettino, i lettini, il mondo, i mondi, il babbo, i babbi. So notice what I'm doing with the song. I'm identifying the words. Now, I didn't do here, which I will do next time. I didn't do here the adjectives and the verbs. So you don't have to do everything in one go. You can do it next time. So this is the second activity that we do. The third one, and this is a book that you can, in fact, there are two books here I'm going to show you today. Commedia per principianti. Okay, and the other book that I'm going to use today as well, and I've got plenty of these copies, is L'Italiano with Patience. That's about health, and it's, you know, I'm using some of the material from there. But if you do, and I get a few people who order these books, etc., then I'll go through them for you in these lessons, and you can. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. So you don't even have to buy the book, really. But if you want to have something practical in your hands, well, that's it. So let me read it, because I've done this before. There are this one is very good for conversation, and if you learn the actual parts, it's even better. This is theatre. It's actually better than going to Italy. So the characters here are il dottore, la dottoressa, but in this case is il dottore, la signora, the lady, il bambino. There are three characters. Okay, let me read it to you. All right? So, as I said, I'm going to give you the practice. I'm not going to, explain all the time. Buongiorno, buongiorno signora, come sta? Oh, io sto bene e il bambino sta male. Ciao piccolo, buongiorno. Come stai? Oh, sto molto male. Che cosa ti fa male? La testa, il naso e lo stomaco. Sarà l'influenza. Sì, quanti anni hai? Ho 12 anni. Vai a scuola? Sì, vado a scuola. Dov'è la scuola? È in città. La scuola è terribile. Com'è la scuola? La scuola è terribile. Oh, ma che bambino cattivo. Non è vero che non ti piace. Sì, invece è vero. E invece no. Sì, ti dico. Vieni qua ed apri la bocca. Ah, la gola non è rossa. Vediamo gli orecchi. Looks into his ears. Gli orecchi sono neri. Sono sporchi. Vediamo gli occhi. Looks into his eyes. Sono occhi furbi. Tu stai benissimo. No, io sto male. Non è vero, ritorna a scuola. No, a scuola no. La signora grabbing her son. Piccola scimmia. A scuola ti ci porto io. Il dottore è sciocco. Cosa? A casa facciamo i conti. Now, there's no need for me to actually translate all that for you. Is there? Because we've done that before as well. So, what I'm suggesting here is that you need 3 people, 2 or 3 people around you to practice these. So if you get these books here and you practice sketches, you'll be able to speak Italian in no time. Because la pratica batte la grammatica. You still need a grammatica, but as I said, la grammatica, now you have my lessons from lesson 1 to 20, which covers the grammar. Now, which was just a walk in the park. This is the practice, la lingua. You can't do it on your own or just with a teacher. You need other people. You need someone else to converse, have a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, a meal. E si parla in italiano? No, perché avete bisogno di parlare in italiano, ma non lo si può fare in questo modo. Si potrebbe fare Zoom, quello e quell'altro. Non ho la pazienza di questi tempi. That's the problem. So I'd rather just do this and leave it to you, because you're the best person to learn the language. You're the one who wants to do it. Io voglio praticarlo praticamente. And I've done that one there. Now maybe I'll do just one from this book here, L'Italiano with Patience. This book here, as I said, was a book for nurses basically, looking after other people. It was done by Paola Nishol in South Australia. I still have plenty of books, of course. These things, you know, how it is, unless people use them, you don't get rid of them. But anyway, this one here says, leggi ad alta voce queste parole, se non sei sicuro della pronuncia, fa la domanda, come si pronuncia questo all'insegnante? Here we are. So let's have a look. Say after me. Cappuccino, Colosseo, cucchiaio, noce, cinema, gnocchi, bicicletta, televisione, coccodrillo, magnifico, GN, new sound, magnifico, dischi, not disci, dischi, CHI, dischi, meglio, GL doesn't exist in English, meglio, ragno, see, meglio, ragno, very different from the English. Meglio in English and ragno, you know, that you can't do that. Meglio and ragno, you have to practice. Chiodo, CH, see, I followed by, but IO is a diphthong. Chiodo, occhio, sign, vecchio, huh? 3 words which are almost similar. Provincia, tarantella, figlio, medicina, aspirina, arancia, ciliegia, ghiotto, maglia, bottiglia. Quinto, gente, gentile, ingegno, scatola, pesche, socialismo, caffè, affresco, sigaretta, scherma, foglia, legno, sciare, tasche, quadro, scandalo, fiaschi, caffè e latte, rinoceronte, tragedia, cioccolato, quasi, montagna, laghi, mosche. Now, this book here has a lot of this type of exercise, and it's fantastic, really. It's very good to use this at the beginning. But if you're advanced, you don't need this. I'll come to that later. If you're advanced, you can read novels. You can do the great Italian literature. I've just put up the writers of the last 1,000 years on my Insegna.com. If you go to Italian literature, you'll see the books there. And they are really from Dolce Stil Novo, in other words, from the year 1000 onwards. Dante arrives in the year 1300. So he's reputed to be the father of the Italian language. He consolidated what was happening in amongst the vulgus, amongst the people, in the last 200 years before him. He consolidated, and then Petrarca, Boccaccio followed, and the rest is history, as they say. And the language is still developing today. Okay, as I said to you, what I like the songs, because without the songs, I couldn't do this anymore. Here you are. Una spina e una rosa. You remember that one? I did that before, if you followed it. Huh? Let's sing it together. Domani è festa, questa notte si va a letto tardi. Resta con me, a quest'ora è un peccato lasciarci. Balliamo ancora, come se fosse la prima volta, questo amore che deve finire. Non può morire stanotte così. Ai ai ai, una gioia e un dolore mi dai, una spina e una rosa. Ai ai ai, a ballare di notte con te, quanto è pericoloso. Ma una notte così vale più della vita di un re. Del domani non mi importa niente, voglio morire stanotte con te. Questa canzone è la storia di due innamorati che come noi, se si lasciano, sono perduti. Balliamo ancora, come se fosse la prima volta, questo amore che deve finire, non può morire stanotte così. Now, what do we do with a song like this? We've done it before. If you've got it in your book or in your notes, and occasionally you go to it. You don't need other people. You just need YouTube. You can go to, the Italian singers. Just write Una spina e una rosa. It gives you a number of singers who sing it, and you listen to them. And then the most important thing is for you to read them. So and to do the translation. So you can pick out the words. Here we are. This is what I did with this. Just shows you. Una spina e una rosa, definite article. La festa, le feste, la notte, le notti, il letto, i letti, l'ora, le ore, il peccato, i peccati, la volta, le volte, l'amore, gli amori, la gioia, le gioie, il dolore, i dolori. Now I did quite a bit with this. Words una spina, singular and plural. La spina, le spine, la rosa, le rose, la vite. I can't say le vite. There's la vita di tutti, It's one of the, il re, i re. Notice it doesn't change the ending there. It's an exception. La canzone, le canzoni, la storia, le storie, gli innamorati, e l'apostrofe, gli innamorati. And there's no apostrophe there, because it's plural. Then, in Una spina e una rosa, and Carissimo Pinocchio, I said you could, you wanted to put some adjectives. Questa notte, this night, quest'ora, la prima volta, questa canzone, questa sera. Notice questo, questa, queste, questi. That's, demonstrative adjectives in this case. Al mio più caro amico, dei giorni più lieti, i miei segreti, nel bianco mio lettino, del tuo mondo, il buon grillo, la fata turchina, nel mio cuore. That's it. I didn't do any more with this one here. So, again, what do you do with a song like this? Well, first of all, you have to have the song in front of you. Now, if you order any of these books here and you say, Tom, give me the words for Carissimo Pinocchio, Dio come ti amo, I will include them for you so that you can then follow these lessons here. You can follow also the coverage, because some of this, the words, I can photocopy the word for you, and you can have the lists and you can build it up. And you can also teach other people. That's really the main important thing. If you take it on and say, even if you don't know the language, but you want to practice, you need someone else to talk to. A child who loves you. an adult who wants to be with you. Those are the people that can, that can help you out. Now, there's another book here that I have, that I've used. These are easy books that I used in the University of the Third Age as well, but not all the time. Here we are, this one here. Welcome, Angela. This is called Speak, Parla, Speak. Now, these books here are important tools. So if you really want to learn Italian properly, I can't stress enough. We can do all these together. Now, this is the index. Here, I'll show you. In this particular book, you got all these, the index. Look at that, how many there are. I saluti, facciamo gli auguri, le vacanze, bravo, su presto, comportati bene, etc., etc., etc. Now, the way it works is that on one side, you got the Italian, and on the other side, you got the English. Here we are. Look at that. Italian, and then there's the English here. Here, you can do it this way. And the key to it is you learn the Italian, and then say to yourself, yeah, do I remember those phrases? Do I remember them? And again, if you speak, you thought, parlavo il dialetto di casa. It's fine, better than nothing. If you speak Abruzzese, Montemorese, whatever, from a paese or from a city or a region of Italy, it doesn't matter. La lingua è lingua. And people, distort it, do all sorts of things. You still understand, and they still understand you. But the thing is, learn it properly. That's another ballgame. Here we are. Let's do this one. Non sei contento oggi? No, non c'è niente. Che cosa c'è? Qualcosa non va. Sei tutto triste. Cosa è successo? Non è successo niente. Saluta i tuoi compagni. Hai salutato tutti? Ti presento il compagno di banco. Now, what does that mean? Non sei contento oggi? Aren't you happy today? No, non c'è niente. You can say that when you speak English. Oh, no, non c'è niente, non fa niente. No, it's nothing. Cosa c'è? What's the matter? Qualcosa non va? Anything wrong? Sei tutto triste? Cosa è successo? You're all sad. What's happened? Non è successo niente. Nothing has happened. Saluta i tuoi compagni. Greet your friends. Hai salutato tutti? Have you greeted all of them? Ti presento il compagno di banco. Let me introduce you the person next to you. That's at the beginning of the year. Okay, now. Again, I get bored with that. Why do I get bored? I don't know. It's too much. And as you get bored, I get bored. Other people get bored. So it's important to change activity. Now, we've done all basic stuff. Let's go to a bit of Italian literature. The Italian literature is from un'antologia. So if you got the words from un'antologia here, it's called La Nevicata by Ada Negri. Have a look at this. Ada Negri, Nevicata. Very famous writer, Ada Negri. Look at this. What a really, really beautiful poem. Sui campi e sulle strade, silenziosa e lieve, volteggiando la neve cade. Danza la falda bianca, nell'ampio ciel scherzosa, poi sul terren si posa, stanca. In mille immote forme, sui tetti e sui camini, sui cippi e nei giardini, dorme. Tutto d'intorno è pace, chiuso in oblio profondo, indifferente il mondo tace. Now, you can almost hear the the Italian, the melodious words well put together. Sui campi e sulle strade, silenziose e lieve, volteggiando la neve cade. Danza la falda bianca nell'ampio ciel scherzosa, poi sul terren si posa, stanca. In mille immute forme, sui tetti e sui camini, sui cippi e nei giardini, dorme. Tutto d'intorno è pace, chiuso in oblio profondo, indifferente il mondo tace. You could almost sing it. It doesn't matter. I don't have the music. Sui campi e sulle strade, silenziose e lieve, volteggiando la neve cade. It's not bad, Danza la falda bianca nell'ampio ciel scherzosa, poi sul terren si posa, stanca. In mille immute forme, sui tetti e sui camini, sui cippi e nei giardini, dorme. Tutto d'intorno è pace, chiuso in oblio profondo, indifferente il mondo tace. Now, why do I do all that? To show you that you can do a lot of other things with this. For example, you could do it really fast. Sui campi e sulle strade, silenziose e lieve, volteggiando la neve cade. Danza la falda bianca nell'ampio cielo scherzoso, poi sul terreno si posa stanca. In mille immute forme, sui tetti, sui cammini, sui cippi e nei giardini dorme. Tutto d'intorno è pace, chiuso in oblio profondo, indifferente il mondo tace. Or you can do very slowly. Sui campi e sulle strade. In other words, the rhythm of the, whatever you read, it's important too, because people complain, I don't understand, they speak too fast. Well, that's what happens. When people are in a hurry, they speak faster. Okay, then this is beautiful, a lovely, this is a bit of an interpretation. Just one word I wanted to show you, and then I'll read the interpretation. I cippi, it's like little monuments, But here, una nevicata. This is un nuovo miracolo della natura, nevica. La neve che fino ad oggi poteva sembrare un privilegio dei monti, scende lieve sulla pianura silenziosa. Piano piano tutto si trasforma, i contorni delle cose si fanno più morbidi e dolci, l'aria è ferma, immobile, anche le voci si sono fatte lontane e quasi perdute. Un immenso immacolato lenzuolo si stende sul mondo assopito. That's someone. This is a little interpretation of the song. And of the poem, and you can do the same yourself. So that is from one Antologia Italiana. Now, a lot of people have got Antologia Italiana. Let me put this back, otherwise I'm going to be too heavy for me. Here we are. And if you're still there, congratulations, because this is quite heavy today. Doing what we do, what I'm doing now, is tutta pratica, la pratica. And la pratica is quite heavy, over a whole hour. If you do this 5-10 minutes per day, that's enough. Okay, but I can't because I took it on. And I said, I'm going to do the pratica and I'm going to show you what you can do with what you get. For example, this one here, now, Dio come ti amo, okay? You remember that song there by Domenico Modugno and Gigliola Cinquetti? Gigliola Cinquetti actually won the Sanremo Song Festival with it, together with Domenico Modugno in the early 70s. Here we go. Nel cielo passano le nuvole che vanno verso il mare. Sembrano fazzoletti bianchi che salutano il nostro amore. Dio come ti amo, non è possibile avere fra le braccia tanta felicità, baciare le tue labbra che odorano di vento, noi due innamorati come nessuno al mondo. Dio come ti amo, mi vien da piangere, in tutta la mia vita non ho provato mai un bene così caro, un bene così vero. Chi può fermare il fiume che corre verso il mare? Le rondini del cielo che vanno verso il sole. Chi può cambiare l'amore, l'amore mio per te? Dio come ti amo, Dio come ti amo. Of course, I can't compete with Domenico Modugno or Giulio Cinquetti for that matter, and neither can you, I suspect. However, if you're a good singer, you might want to take on some of these Italian songs, because especially here in Australia, there are different interests in music, and these sort of songs, the younger ones almost laugh, but I think once you tackle them, it's actually very good for you. Now, Dio come ti amo also can be, of course, a base for learning more words, and here they are. Il cielo. Do you know the word? La nuvola. Il sole. Il mare. They can put the, I didn't do the plurals. Okay, I'll do them later, maybe, whenever. Il fazzoletto, l'amore, il braccio, but the plural of il braccio is le braccia, la felicità, il labbro, the plural is le labbra, il vento, l'innamorato, il mondo, la vita, il bene, il fiume, la rondine. And then the adjectives are bianchi, il nostro, not il nostro, just nostro, tanta, tue, tutta, mia, caro, vero, mio. I put in the adjectives I put the articles there, shouldn't have done that. The verbs are passano, vanno, salutano, present tense. We've done this before. Amo è avere, odorano, mi viene da piangere, viene, not mi viene da piangere. Ho provato, fermare, correre. Chi può cambiare? Chi può cambiare la situazione? Chi può cambiare il sole? Chi può cambiare i colori? It's you can use that as a basis for asking questions. So that's that. That's Dio come ti amo. Now, as I said to you, I want to do different things, and this time here I'm going to pick up a book here that gives us a little. Let me see. Gives us Il Ladro. It's called. It's one of the old textbooks. They all had to have exercises, and this is a. Here. Il ladro, there we are. Ecco un uomo basso e sporco, vestito di scuro, è un ladro. Ecco Nino, il ladro. Buongiorno, come ti chiami? Nino, mi chiamo Nino Verdi. Il ladro, e come stai? Sto bene, grazie. Sei un bravo bambino. Dov'è la mamma? A casa. Dov'è la casa? È lì. È una casa grande e bella. Ha 17 finestre, una grande porta gialla e un giardino largo e lungo. Ma la famiglia è ricca. Nino, sì, abbiamo 4 vasi d'argento e la mamma ha un braccialetto di diamanti. Davvero? E avete un cane? No, ma abbiamo un gatto. Bene, le finestre sono sempre aperte? Soltanto 2 finestre sono sempre aperte, le altre finestre sono chiuse. Non hai paura di un ladro? Ah, no, non ho paura di un ladro, noi abbiamo un gatto feroce. Ah, sei davvero un bravo bambino. Ciao Nino, arrivederci signore. Yes, now you should have understood that if you've done Italian. Again, you know, these are sort of the books that you can purchase and, build up a little library and use them. Otherwise, don't buy them. This education here. It's not, it's not just for a reading thing. You got to go to these back often. Now, the next song was In Via dei Ciclamini. And this is a beautiful song. You remember that? Let me see. Okay. I don't know whether you can see the words. That's why I said if you get a few of these books here and then we can go through the material together and it'll be good. In via dei Ciclamini al 123 vendevano le bambole vestite come me. La guerra era finita, ma però ricordo che sui muri delle bambole scrivevo insieme a te. L'amore come l'edera s'attacca dove vuole, quel giorno senza dirmelo mi hai presa con un fiore. L'amore come l'edera s'attacca dove vuole, non vedo più le bambole, ma son legato a te. Erano giorni tutti per me, erano giorni tutti per te. In via dei Ciclamini, dove abitavi tu, il muro delle bambole adesso non c'è più. Hanno messo una balena e l'ascensore va su e giù e cambiano ogni sera le bamboline blu. Instead of hanno messo una balena, I think it's a wrong word. It should be balera. Hanno messo una balera. I have to look this up. In via dei Ciclamini l'amore si fermò. Mi disse, ciao bambino, un giorno tornerò. La guerra era finita, ma però ricordo che mi disse, ciao bambino, ho amato solo te. L'amore come l'edera s'attacca dove vuole, quel giorno senza dirmelo mi hai presa con un fiore. L'amore come l'edera s'attacca dove vuole, non vedo più le bambole, ma son legato a te. Erano giorni tutti per me, erano giorni tutti per te. Now, I did quite a bit of work on this one. In Via dei Ciclamini, I did quite a bit of work because we're getting into, the adjectives, etc. And they're good. And as I said, with the books that I've just shown you, especially those, there's also one other book that is very important, and that's Dimmi una parola, this one here. And then you've got the whole lot. This one here. You'll find all these on my Insegna.com website. So if you get those, I'll include all this work here, which will be very interesting. Okay, for teachers too. I'm not, I've done the work here, so someone else can use them as well. Good. Words from In Via dei Ciclamini with indefinite article. Here we go. Una via, un ciclamino, una bambola, una guerra, un muro, un amore, un'edera, un giorno, un fiore, una balena, un ascensore, una sera, una bambina. Now, why did I do that? Because I wanted to show you that the plural of un, una, etc., one is 2, 3, 4, are the numbers. And that's why you need to know the numbers. 2 vie, 3 ciclamini, 4 bambole, 5 guerre, 6 muri, 7 amori, 8 edere, 9 giorni. And you need the word has to become plural. 10 fiori, 11 balene o balere, 12 ascensori, 13 sere, 14 bambine, etc., etc. So that's another one that you can do. Now, words in via dei ciclamini are la via, il ciclamino, la bambola, la guerra, il muro, l'amore, l'edera, il giorno, il fiore, la balena, l'ascensore, la sera, la bambina. And then the plural of this in definite articles. I ciclamini, le bambole, le guerre, i muri, gli amori, le edere, i giorni, i fiori, le balene, gli ascensori, le sere, le bambine. So these songs here are really, really beautiful. Words from In via dei ciclamini with adjectives. There you are, did more work here. La via stretta, le vie strette, una via stretta, due vie strette. Il ciclamino rosso, i ciclamini rossi, un ciclamino rosso, 3 ciclamini rossi. La bambola, le bambole, una bambola, 4 bambole. La guerra, le guerre, 5 guerre, una guerra. And finally, verbs in via dei ciclamini. Vendevano, era finita, ricordo, scrivevo, s'attacca, vuole, dirmelo, hai presa, vedo, più, sono legata, erano, abitavi, c'è, hanno messo, va, cambiano, si fermò, mi disse, tornerò, era finita, ho amato. So, once you've done all this, then the translation of In via dei ciclamini into English should be fairly simple. Okay, so that's another one that we've done, and I still have another 10 minutes to go, which is important, because now I'm going to show you something else here, something else, and again, these are books that I've accumulated over the years. See that? Sound practice. Ka, ko, ku, cha, cho, chu. Casa, come, cuoco, barca, ciuffo, ufficio, chioccia, colore, cura, cane. Notice there, ciuffo, chioccia. You have to learn those. Ufficio. Then c'è, che, ci, chi. Just with these, c'è, and what just with the I is ci. But if you want to put that into a K, you have to add the H in the middle. Che and chi. So in practice, then you look at the words: chiesa, cigno, forchetta, secchio, cucina, bianche, ginocchio, cibo, amiche, chilometri, fucile, scheda, occhio, cena, mosche. So that's ca, co, cu, che, chi, cha, cho, chu, che, chi. Notice, that's a sound practice. And here they also had the vowels, the chart. Ba, da, la, ma, na, pa, ra, sa, be, de, lem, etc. Now, there's one more here down the bottom, she and sk and se. And notice, bosco, schiena, cuscino, scuola, scimmia, scemo. Scemo, see that? There. Sciabola, scopa. So if you now, let's say, I said to you, or you can do that yourself, say casa, and you got to write it down, ufficio, come, chioccia, cuore. So if you're able to write these words when you say them, you can use your phone. You can record yourself, and then you can listen to your own mistakes, and that's how you learn. So we've done. This is still phonology, phonos, Italian words. How do you pronounce them? And I showed you before about the intonation. How do you go fast, slow, etc. Okay, now there's one here, word practice, it says here, and it's got some pictures here. Have a look, have a bit of fun here. Una mela, una rosa, un dado, un topo, un vaso, una pera, un dito, una pipa, una matita, un limone, una tavola, un telefono, un asino, una rana, un uccello, una chiave, lucky, otherwise you wouldn't be able to open up, un pomodoro, una banana, un divano, una patata, and then finally un uccello, and there's una rana there. So that's more word practice. Lots of really interesting stuff. Now, this one is a nice one. Fiorin Fiorella. You remember this song? Oggi tutto il cielo è in festa, più ridente brilla il sole, e non so perché vedo intorno a me tutte rose e viole. Il mio cuore innamorato non lo posso più frenare, io non so cos'è, c'è qualcosa in me che mi fa cantare. Fiorin fiorello, l'amore è bello vicino a te, mi fa sognare, mi fa tremare, chissà perché. Fior di margherita, cos'è mai la vita, se non c'è l'amore che il nostro cuore fa palpitar. Fior di verbena, se qualche pena l'amor ci dà, fa come il vento che in un momento poi passa e va. Ma quando tu sei con me, io son felice perché fiorin fiorello, l'amore è bello vicino a te. It's a beautiful song too, huh? That's another one that you can learn. And if you stayed till now, you're not doing too badly at all. Now, the words for Fiorin Fiorello are here. Il cielo, that comes up again. La festa, il sole, le rose, le viole, il cuore, l'amore, la margherita, la vita, la verbena. That's a type of grass with flowers. Il vento. And the adjectives are tutto, ridente, tutte, mio, innamorato, bello, nostro and felice. Verbs è, brilla, non sa, vedo, posso, frenare, mi fa cantare, mi fa sognare, tremare, fa palpitar, ci dà, passa, va, tu sei. And basically, that's that's for today. I think I've covered everything. Yes, there's only one more. Where is it? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I think I've done enough for today. We've done some phonology, we've done the intonations, interpretation through the sketches. You can interpret that the way you want. If you have a group of people with you, I just want to remind people in Melbourne that if you want to come next Sunday at 3:30 till 5, I'm available there at Federazione Lucana. We can have a chat and maybe consolidate these Italian lessons online with me. Why not? It's a good idea, really, because I've got a lot of material that I can offer you. If you want to If you want to have them, well, then you can order them. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. We'll still manage without. Okay, and what else is there? Don't forget, this Thursday is my history lesson, world history lesson. And I went to Mumbai yesterday. I'll be showing some of that on Thursday with a bit of luck. It'll be interesting to see. It's history in a way. It's the history as we make it, as we go along. And then Friday there's the French and the Spanish. I'm really enjoying that too, because it's language. And if you want to learn languages, that's the way to do it. And people who are doing French or Spanish can come on. You can offer your help as well, which will be good. And then on Sunday, of course, I do Dante Alighieri, Canto 28, this coming Sunday. So, from me, Tom Padula, and here from Insegna Booksellers, and of course, Tom Padula TV on YouTube, together with the Blogspot, and Insegna Booksellers, and of course live on Facebook. We've got everything covered. I can't see anything else, and everything is going well. One request that I have, please, when you look at tips, again, even during the week, put in a comment you can even suggest what you want, what you liked, and have a look at insegna.com, all the covers of the books, because there are a lot of covers with a lot of titles, and there are a lot of words there that you will find that are interesting for you. Okay, and on that note, ciao from Tom Padula TV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers, and again, arrivederci alla prossima volta. Enea.